It's summertime! Yay! That means it's time for your students to be getting out of school. Maybe some of them are starting like a summer job, and maybe some of them are discovering Matlock and The Price is Right, and maybe some of them are hanging out by the pool until they grow gills. One thing's for certain though, summertime means no rules, nobody can tell me what to do, I get to sleep until the crack of noon. It's awesome, right? Yeah! Nope. See, the world that we live in, it's governed by authority. There's good authority, bad authority, all points in between. And Barney Fife once said, all God's children got a uvula. Well, just like that, all God's children live under authority. See, this is America, yeah. Land of the free, home of the brave, all right. No taxation without representation. We'll come back to that one later. But the point is that this country was founded on the principle of overthrowing and casting off poorly or maliciously wielded authority. And our students, they're just coming into their own, right? They're just starting to find their own voice. And sometimes that inner voice that they have is in complete disagreement with the other voices that they're hearing that are telling them what to do. And this doesn't really become a huge problem until they begin to completely disregard and step out from under authority. Now, this probably sounds familiar to you guys. It sounds familiar to me, and I don't even have teenagers yet. And see, that's why we're tackling this issue. That's why we're driving home the point that it's a good idea to submit to God-ordained authority in our lives. Now, notice I didn't say God-honoring authority. Because, see, there are going to be times in our lives when authority figures, when they kind of overstep their bounds, right? When they abuse the authority that they've been given for selfish ends. But even in the midst of all that, we remember that all authority has been given to Christ, and that he can use even the most godless and tyrannical of authority figures to accomplish his will. In short, when we dishonor the authority that God has placed in charge of us, we're dishonoring God. Because authority was never meant to be a set of handcuffs. It's meant to be an umbrella that God has placed over us to protect us. And when we step out from under authority, we step into very, very dangerous situations. And as far as Scripture goes, we're taking a look at Romans 13:1, where Paul is explaining to the church that there is no authority above you and over you that hasn't been placed there by God. And so once again, to dishonor that authority is to dishonor God. We're also taking a look at 1 Peter chapter 2, verses 13 through 17, in particular, where Peter is talking about the fact that we're to honor the authority figures that God has placed in our lives over us. I mean, he's talking about the emperor, okay? He's talking about people like Nero, bad people. And if he expected the church then to honor the authority figures in their lives, how much more should we honor authority, and how much more should your students honor authority figures like you guys? Some questions that you guys can be asking your students, and this first one's a really good one to kind of gauge where they are mentally as far as their thoughts on authority. Is you can ask them, why is authority in our lives? And you can follow that one up by asking, when was a time that you've seen authority either misused or abused? And then a good one to nail home this subject and really start some good conversation, hopefully, is where you ask them, what authority do you find it the hardest to submit to in your own life? I hope this has been helpful. I hope it's been informative. If you guys have any questions or concerns, please get in contact with me. You have my email. You have my cell phone. Reach out, get in touch with me, and let me know what we can do, how we can make this better.